for the at least mainstream matches here on the CRL channel. We do have other matches that happen on the CCA's channel. So CRL doesn't stop, but this is where a lot of people have pressure. And it even goes on teams pulling out crazy feats like the one we saw in that last match with UNT reverse sweeping LSU. So, I mean, everything's on the table here. You want to come out and have a good show in front of the crowd, and I think that we'll see that from UCSB.
Viking opens up the scoring immediately as UC Santa Barbara brings the fight right to the Rams.
Delayed touch from Viking as well on the play. Actually didn't have any boost, so it was really the only option, and was to try to play the 50, and the fake is what threw the defense off there. Just needed a moment of hesitation. Great shot from Viking, though. We see UCSB with the lead here and a little bit of offense to open up game one.
Viking throws this off to the side, but not out of the zone, and Nomad, well, kind of had some help setting up H. Nomad will get the assist, but this is an unfortunate touch from the Gauchos.
Yeah, oh man. Inliner tried to get a chance, rushed it a little bit, played it off his own backboard to H, and just like that, equalized. You cannot afford to make those mistakes against the Rams. They show you why with that goal.
And off the kickoff, E-Rich could not get around Viking, but he will make sure Viking doesn't get any boost. So Yinliner's got to start the attack downfield. What a dunk by E-Rich. But Gerardo El Fideo is there, and he will try to bring this across the center line. Unsuccessful, of course, as ball ends up back to their back wall. Now they finally get the clear. The Yinliner, tough shot. Not up to the task, but it ended up going over to Gerardo, and he almost scored from there.
Very, very close chance, but things still working out here for UCSB. Meanwhile, you're starting to see CSU push up a little bit more, getting a little bit more confident in front. Look at H playing that right in front of the box. E-Rich actually didn't expect the miss, was thrown off by the defensive mistake, so no more punish that chance for CSU. They'll have to take it all the way back from their own side.
E-Rich and H almost connected on a fantastic play downfield. Nomad's going to steal some boost. H for the shot is blocked away by El Fideo. And now it's going to be E-Rich. Oh, he was looking for H to start coming up from the far side, but he was too far back. Good enough, though. He gets to make that stop at midfield. Now Viking. Well, as he had to come down from the wall. Couldn't get to that ball, but Yinliner can. His shot saved by H. But now Viking, they've got numbers and take advantage.
Oh, man, they had numbers, but all it took was one. Viking in the right spot here to intercept a touch from H. And look at that. Great arc on the ball. Viking 2 for 2 as he gets the lead for UCSB.
There were 3 cars near the Colorado State net. 2 of them were Santa Barbara cars. That was doomed from the beginning after that rebound. Yinliner. Blocked by Nomad, kind of. He can stay with this play and throw one up there for Gerardo, but H is there. Quickly downfield. Viking with a great intercept. Slows everything down, but maybe not slow enough. E-Rich on the far side does not convert. And now Gerardo El Fideo looking to go underneath, and he just can't get under the bar.
Good carry from Gerardo. I want to bring things back to Yinliner here. After making the mistake that caused them to give up the first goal, he's been pretty well done, but as I say that, it looks like a double commit there. Nomad might have an open look. The challenge goes through, and of course, Yinliner comes up again. Made a lot of good touches in midfield since making that mistake. And it's been pretty crucial in the fact that this is still a one-goal game in favor of UCSB.
Nomad up in a hurry for this ball. It'll cascade down, but is cleared away. And it's all E-Rich can do to keep this in the zone, but they won't keep possession. Here goes El Fideo. Looking to set up Yinliner. He's up. He's got an option. It's a pass to Viking. And it's blocked by Nomad. And they're a little slow getting back. So a chance back the other way is cut out by a big demolition on E-Rich.
And we're seeing Santa Barbara get a little bit comfortable here. Actually, too comfortable. The fact that we've seen a lot of poor double commits, but the Rams have not been able to actually do anything with some of these open looks. It seemed like Nomad had an open net, but just no boost there to make use of the positioning and allowed enough time for Santa Barbara to recover. And, I mean, looking at those opportunities, they drop this game, it just shows that it might come back to haunt them if they don't take advantage.
Gerardo has some time and space to play with, but he just booms this downfield, and E-Rich is right there. dump and chase strategy on both sides, playing a little boom ball back and forth, waiting for someone to blink. But right now, it is Colorado State that needs to press the issue. They may be able to do so here. E-Rich to the backboard. Yinliner plays it back across, and El Fideo avoided a bump attempt there from E-Rich on the back line. Yinliner looking for the shot, just could not direct this on target, and now we dip down to 35 seconds. UC Santa Barbara unable to put Colorado State away in game one, and we've seen what happens tonight, Naz, when you let a team hang around.
At this point, this could spell big danger here for Colorado. Shot! Arc! Viking with the hat trick! I think that's going to do it for game one, Stacks.
Yeah, this just bounces out to Viking, and the timing is not there at all from either defender. Boy, you'd think with two defenders there, somebody might accidentally touch the ball. Nobody did. And with 19 seconds left, Santa Barbara seems to have secured game one. Well, that whiff makes things a little interesting. Yinliner takes care of business. And we tip down now to the final 10 seconds. Nomad has to win this challenge. He cannot, and that extinguishes any remaining hope for Colorado State in game one. Outstanding performance from Santa Barbara. They almost get one there. You almost want to just give it to them at that point. But they have to settle for just a hat trick from Mr. Viking.
Viking shooting 3 for 3 on that hat trick as well. Couldn't have better shot placement from Viking. Also paying attention to UCSB in terms of rotation was honestly really well done. You talk about Yinliner here. Even though he's at the bottom of the board in terms of score, he had a lot of big crucial touches. He ended up starting it off, giving up a goal. And sometimes when you're the reason why your team gets scored on, it makes you play that much better because you don't want to do it again. And I think that's one of the things we saw from Yinliner. Crucial touches in midfield and on the defensive half. And I think that was a big part of how UCSB were able to get downfield. Colorado State, the Rams charged forward, but not effectively. A lot of their offensive drives just didn't amount to anything, Sex.
Onward to the Forbidden Temple. Can Colorado State get a little more offense than the one goal out of H? He's charging downfield. He took out Yinliner, but I think Yin just barely got that boost before he got blown up. And Viking has all day to play with this ball downfield, and he had Nomad jumping real early. The Nomad made the adjustment and made the stop, more importantly. It lets Colorado State get this opportunity in a scoreless game very early in game two. H, not up in time. Yinliner all over that play. Very proactive defense we've seen so far from Santa Barbara.
They have to get in front of this, too. You can't afford to give CSU a lot of space because they can move the ball downfield pretty effectively. And once they get their shots going, I mean, we've seen them kind of build up from that and turn that into, a real success. So you want to be able to get in front of that. Right now, you're thinking your stars. H can push the ball downfield, and it's not in front of your net. So we'll have to see whether or not they can make those adjustments here. Can Nomad in the squad adjust as that one goes off the backboard? Nomad won't be able to get to it in time, but he will be able to play this to H. Shot off target, but did make the defense jump up for it, keeping the possession for CSU.
Viking whiffs here, but it falls right down to Yinliner. That challenges Nomad quite a bit. And maybe a little fortunate that ball didn't go straight down coming off the back wall. Yinliner, big clear, looking for Gerardo, could not find him. H's first touch is yet another boom. Nobody's played the possession game here over the last 15 seconds. H finally does. Oh, what a great drop for E-Rich, but better defense from Santa Barbara. Now they may have numbers. 2-on-1. Nomad couldn't get a pass over to Rich as he headed off for the shot instead. Viking up to the task. A little bump on E-Rich throws him off, and Viking clears back down.
That's a good clear out, but you brought up a good point, Stacks. No one really able to hold on to consistent offensive pressure. We did see a chance there for the Rams, and we're now seeing one here.
Oh,
Vikings, that rolls through. Gerardo can't get there in time. This could be a play, but that one goes way wide. Even if Viking was able to get there, he just did not have the angle. Another chance there. Yinliner off the post. That's the closest UCSB has been, but nothing doing. They only got one shot recorded. Everything else was off target.
Nomad actually ran into H there before turning on that ball. They cannot get out of their own way, and still they managed to score. This started with a team bump where Nomad just tells H to get out of the way, and then H scores.
I think Gerardo didn't know he was last back there. Played that one really aggressively. Was right under the ball as the play happened. Got beat. HT's an open lane. And finally, the shot falls through for him, giving CSU their first lead of the series.
Gerardo just beaten out for that midfield boost, but still able to get back in time to make the save. Just barely, and now he has a full tank to work with. But that ball is incredibly awkward, and Nomad dunks it home.
Splash from Nomad. That'll be his first as well.
Splash.
You see Inliner, look at that. So awkward. He got bumped into that one. And unfortunately...
Are we doing it, Des? Are we doing it? On the next one? Splash in the chat?
Listen, chat, if we want to get top goal of the day, no matter what goal is scored next, we got to get a splash in the chat so we can play the hype meter. I want to see F.Dot's face if we can get to number 1. So just keep that in mind.
Hard to imagine anything after that North Texas LSU series beating that on the hype meter, but Splash could do it. So now Chad is the biggest Nomad fan, but this from Gerardo El Fideo. What a win off the side.
Look at that one. UCSB able to bring it back. The challenge does not go in the Rams' favor. Pinches off Gerardo's car, and the angle's good.
That is what we call one heck of an answer. The game is starting to get away from Santa Barbara just a little bit. Oh, Yinliner did not expect that to come as hard off the ceiling. So now Nomad off the corner, has options, couldn't get out to anybody, so H just takes the shot and just forces it through.
And Viking, I mean, it feels like he put himself in an uncomfortable spot. Decided at the last second he didn't want to challenge that ball and tried to play H's shot. The problem is it's hard to defend the ball going at your own net when you're doing the same thing. So he just rolls through right with the ball, and there you go, a 2-goal lead for Colorado State.
Yinliner against Nomad. Ball does go deeper into the Colorado State zone. Viking trying to get Erich, could not. And now here goes H, downfield, looking to try and center this. Erich is up. He'd have to try and play that himself and just could not get the angle. Might have been in between touches there.
This is
H now.
I'm really concerned here for UCSB with just how, they had so much lightning offense. I mean, the shot placement was really good. We always have seen Viking take a shot this game to his name as the offense has not been easily set up. Meanwhile, peppering the net is CSU. It'll be Erich getting on the board. A 4-1 game for CSU.
Yeah, Gerardo, unfortunate that as he pops this up, it catches the crossbar and kicks right out to Erich. Johnny on the spot, or Richie on the spot, and it works out 4-1 now for Colorado State, looking to tie up this series. Now the question is certainly going to have to be asked of UC Santa Barbara. They had a ton of momentum after a great game 1, but now they are just getting stampeded by the Rams in game 2.
They have woken up, and they are here to play. They are dismantling this UCSB defense, and they're making it look easy, Stacks. These numbers are night and day compared to the first 2 games. This is one heck of a wake-up call.
They're not done. Here's Nomad. Mr. Splash doesn't work out, but he will stay in the zone just in case. Gerardo. Oh, that bounces all the way through. So Viking now will try and set up Yinliner. Very important for UC Santa Barbara to salvage anything they can here out of this game. Just have one strong play go their way. Get a little confidence going into game 3. Because right now, nothing has worked. They have a goal to their name, but was kind of a fluke. It's just Gerardo winning a challenge on the side wall that ends up in the net. That's the only scoring for Santa Barbara in game 2, a game that has seen Colorado State take 9 shots and score 5 of them. 1-1 after 2 games. You know what, Daz? I thought it'd be closer.
What? Honestly, though, very interesting coming out here for CSU. It's been something that, the recovery from the Rams here in game 2, the adaptation that they were able to make has been noticed. As, I mean, they've scored the more goals this game that any one team has scored all series long. The last one was just a 3-goal game. But like you said, 1-1 in the series. I just didn't expect such a bounce back here for CSU. I think the question now is going to be whether or not UCSB can adapt, or whether or not CSU can continue to put up those numbers, because we honestly, going into this game thinking, okay, Santa Barbara has all the control, all the momentum, but they didn't do anything with it that game. The offense fell flat, and CSU took control.
This being the third series that Santa Barbara has played tonight, they have been on opposite ends of the score line, and Yinliner's going to score here. We'll get to that in a moment as he scores on a breakaway right off the opening kickoff.
That's a good pinch downfield. You can see H trying to catch up, but Yinliner had the better positioning on the play there. Good start for UC Santa Barbara. They get gifted a goal here in the first 10 seconds, but can they maintain the lead?
They were victimized by Mizzou to start the night 8-0 in game 1 as the Tigers swept them. But then they answered back with a great 5-game series, a win over Nebraska. Two teams near the bottom of the standings as they look to battle back now against Colorado State. They got smoked in that second game, but they've answered back brilliantly with an early goal from Yinliner. He's running downfield, looking for a shot. Got this over Nomad. Vikings there, and now here comes Santa Barbara.
You're looking at these two teams, and you can see that CSU, they're diving at the ball here, throwing them off. Meanwhile, Santa Barbara controlled. Great rotation play. Viking up at the right time, has the read. Everich is stuck helpless in the net, as he can only hope Viking misses. But as Viking showed today, the shot has been good. He's shooting green. That's going to be a good goal for him. Second goal for Santa Barbara as they build off of the early goal here. 2-goal lead. This is a good spot for them.
H is up for this, throwing off the backboard. Erich there to support him, but this one goes well off to the corner. Doesn't even register as a shot, and now Yinliner, a little indecisiveness, trying to throw off H perhaps, and it did well enough. Keeps Colorado State off the scoreboard for now. Nomad keeps Yinliner off the field, and that's probably best case scenario, the way Yinliner has started off game 3.
Again, talking about things rotation-wise, it just looks like Colorado State are just throwing themselves at the ball. Look at that. That's 2 that are out the play. No contact as Nomad gets pretty much lucky there off the double commit on offense from UC Santa Barbara. The fact that we're not seeing a lot of control and a lot of team play here in this game from Colorado State is a worrying sign. They need something here. H! Oh, it's not the best shot. Turbo flick, but it'll do. They bring this within 1.
Hey, doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be pretty. Viking runs out of real estate there on the side, and he's just helplessly floating across. And H will gladly take that. His 4th goal of the series gives Colorado State some life very early in game 3.
Definitely wasn't pretty. I won't let that go.
It was not. It was not. That was ugly.
Yeah. But they do what they have to do.
I'm not here to goal shame anybody, Dad.
All right. All goals are important.
There you go. Erich trying to play one out the side, but Inliner's right there. Nomad gets bumped into the side, but can still play this ball. Trying to force through Gerardo, and at least can stay around in the play. H looking for Erich. He will find him. And this is, well, it is decent passing, and it's working out for Colorado State. They're keeping a lot of possession and making UC Santa Barbara move a lot and spend a lot of boost to make a save like this, as Viking keeps this a 2-1 lead, at least for now.
And now we're starting to see that shift. But hold on, this could be a breakaway here. Viking does get it past, and we're seeing CSU on the recovery. And Nomad able to get that cleared out perfectly towards H. But things are starting to move back and forth. You can see kind of the shift of tides here as the possession moves back and forth, and these two teams trade on offensive strikes.
H calls off Nomad, and I think he might have even been less than decisive himself, and he might miss out on an opportunity because of it, unless Santa Barbara can't get out of their own way, which has been the case. Oh, what a save by Gerardo, but it drops right down for Nomad in front to tie the game.
And you're seeing the charge of the Rams here. E-Rich goes up first to set things up. Nomad waits for the challenge. All defenders from UCSB confused, but the net open. Tied game in game 3 as CSU Rams charge back.
Gerardo over to the corner, and Yinliner's right there to try and help him downfield as UC Santa Barbara had the first couple of goals here. Looked like they were going to go off to a great start, and I guess, well, they were off to a great start, but they could not sustain that. Nomad coming up to wait for Gerardo to make a mistake. He did not as this goes across. Gerardo did a good job staying with the play. Viking looking to pinch with Yinliner, doesn't work out. Now E-Rich has Nomad as board, but boy, Nomad was right on his tailpipe, and that could be yet another opportunity gone by.
You're looking at UC Santa Barbara, who opened this game up with 2 goals in the first minute. And slowly, they've let their foot off the pedal, and the Rams have put their foot on the gas. And you've seen the difference here as things have shaped up. The Rams went from super diving to controlled. Now, they're playing really solid Rocket League and well as a team. This one all tied up. It could go either way, though. We'll see who comes out on top at the final 30 seconds.
Well, both teams have been very willing to put the ball in the center of the field near opponents. Oh, what a pass for H to take the lead.
Viking coming off a demo here, seeing Nomad, and he's expecting a play off the back wall, but the misread, and he removes himself out the net. H has a free shot. And boy, does he bank it, giving CSU the lead here in a crucial timing game.
Well, you know, H and Nomad know where each other is on the field. They can't stay away from each other. And this time it works out as one gets a pass to the other in a perfect position. Clock's ticking now for Santa Barbara, who had a 2-0 lead in this game. Looked like they were going to go to match point. And now they're going to be facing match point at the hands of Colorado State unless they can score right now as the ball stays up. Yinliner out and around, maybe? No, it goes just around and stays tight. Viking now for Gerardo. Does keep this play alive. Viking blocked by Nomad, and that'll do it. Colorado State up 2-1 in the series.
Santa Barbara almost had a chance there towards the end of it, and you saw them almost break through that CSU defense. But that being said, it's too little too late. They had all the time in the game to build off that early lead that they got, Stacks. But unfortunately, I feel like they got a little bit more comfortable. Meanwhile, CSU, who were showing some shaky signs there, and it looked as if this game was going to get out of hand, they actually got their act together and were building off of these small opportunities that they were getting. And then next thing you know, they score at a clutch moment in game time, and they had all the cards in their hand. Now, it's about if they can close things out here. Loading up Utopia Coliseum, they only need one more win.
UC Santa Barbara in that game, they had 5 shots. Daz, I don't think any of them came in the final 2 minutes. They were outclassed in the second half of that game. Colorado State almost seemed like they were playing keep away at times from the Gauchos. Now we go into game 4. H trying to avoid a little interference from Yinliner, but they got to worry about what's going on back in their own zone. Viking respawns basically right under where that ball was going to land, and a very timely clear comes out for Gerardo as that gets by H. E-Rich got to turn on this in a hurry. That almost danced its way into the net.
He took his time. He took his time getting to that one. But he had a lot of confidence here. And you can tell that you see the confidence on offense, too, based on what we saw so far in the opening minute here from CSU. Controlled offense. Everyone was able to at least get that ball in front of the box when we saw them on their opening offensive push. That just kind of shows you that they are here to play in this game. Eyes are going to be on UCSB as they get out with luck that E-Rich does not score off that drive.
H will take this himself. Flip reset. Trying to get on the top 5 plays at the end of the night, perhaps. But little ambitious. Good ball out from Gerardo, but not quite to a teammate. Well defended by Colorado State. H is up for this one. He will not have Nomad to help out, so E-Rich going to stay in the play. Does keep this deep in the zone. Yinliner's right there and plays right by E-Rich. confident play at the back line and even going downfield, hoping Gerardo can hit him. And, well, it works out. Gerardo's won a ton of challenges along the side wall. It doesn't seem like Colorado State has an answer for him.
Also, though, we saw this from Yinliner in game 1, where, you just have that one player who's just playing all the 50s really well and able to battle and give the team a lot of real estate and also help them win that numbers game in terms of having that people in front for offensive pressure versus people in the net. Still, though, have to capitalize on those opportunities, and that's where Santa Barbara's been struggling, as they have not been able to really get things going offensively. Most of the offensive pressure has shifted to the Rams, shot after shot after shot, and finally, H will bank the first goal of the game.
And for him, it's his 6th goal of the series. We've seen some fantastic individual performances. H, certainly not single-handed. He's had a lot of great setups and cleaned up some rebounds, but he has been huge for Colorado State, coming up with another clutch performance on stream.
Santa Barbara, though, they're in a tough spot now, where everything at the beginning of this series seemed like it was all them. Now, they're fighting for their lives, and they're in a situation where they must score. Game halfway over, they're down by 1. CSU Rams with the lead.
This will pop up. Vikings going after it very early. Yinliner as well. Somebody will have to rotate out. It is Viking. That means Yinliner and Gerardo stay up. And little miscommunication, I think, on the rotation there for UC Santa Barbara, but it still works out. Viking shot, no. Rebound is stopped by Nomad. 2 minutes remain. Gerardo, tough angle, can't convert, but they're not out of the zone. This Viking keeps this in, and he'll be headhunting a little bit, maybe even looking for boost. Oh, Gerardo's there, and another save from H.
Big goal line saves. UC Santa Barbara have not given up yet. They keep hammering and testing the CSU defense, hoping to find a crack. They've been pretty close, though. We'll see if they can continue to build as clock ticks down, but their offense is starting to speed up.
Oh, that's awkward from H. He needed that boost, but he gave up the ball, and nobody could get a shot on target. Oh, a golden opportunity there has gone by for UC Santa Barbara, but they may still have another chance. Gerardo, plenty of boost to work with around the boards, but there is Nomad. Much better rotations this time from the Rams, and now they're looking for the knockout punch here in Game 4. E-Ridge floater is just wide. Follow up, that's going to go harmlessly across the face of the goal again.
At this point, all CSU has to do is keep the pressure up, but they want to get that second goal. You can tell they're starting to give up a lot of control here. Yinliner trying to force the issue, but it will be knocked away. Santa Barbara, only so many more offensive drives. They got to get something going right, and they got to do it now.
Yinliner trying to do just that. Oh, what a play to set up Viking. That's going to be high. Yinliner, follow-up is well wide as well. Oh, that might have been their best chance as H wins a clean challenge all the way downfield. That won't go in, however. And so they're still alive. E-Rich was stationary, and he's giving this ball away. 3-on-2. And, oh, it's a double commit, but E-Rich, he whiffed on this. Vikings got a chance. 5 seconds, and H takes him off the field. No time remaining for UC Santa Barbara. This is just going to fall down, and Colorado State takes the dub to close out the night. They made it interesting at times, but they clutched up when they needed to, and CSU sends us home in 4 games.
You know, that's got to be heartbreaking for Santa Barbara as well, especially after that opening game where they just come through with all the offensive pressure. CSU were caught pretty much off guard and had to adapt over time. Then everything else went from just CSU in game 2 completely taking everything into their own hands and showing just how much of a quality team that they are, you know, why we went with them as well. That being said, you know, a lot of situations happen over the course of this series where you really thought, okay, Santa Barbara have everything lined up. All they have to do is just score on this drive. Up, the shot's off. Up, the shot's off again. Up, we lost possession. It was just one of those things where, you know, you start strong, but just couldn't finish strong.
And so often, it is exactly how you finish and not how you start. And, well, for Colorado State, they finished well enough to finish the night off with a win. And for UC Santa Barbara, a long night finally comes to an end where they go 1-2 on the night. I do believe we are just about ready to bring in Mr. Foot Nye as we bring our esteemed host back into the fray.
Ding dong.